Alright my friends, in this lesson I'm gonna show you how you can take this groove and make it sound like this. In this lesson we are going to go through different techniques you can use to really spice up your grooves. So you can use it of course on this groove that I'm going to show you, but the big idea here is to take these techniques and apply it to every groove you know. So just have fun with these ideas, take it slow and play around with them, okay? Let's get started. Alright, so let me play the main foundational groove slowly so you can hear how that sounds like. Now the first thing we will do is to play the single strokes on the Hyatt and the second double strokes as accents. And that will sound like this. The next thing is to simply add ghost strokes in between those 16th notes that are not filled up yet. So just fill those gaps with ghost strokes and be careful to play them really close to the drum. That makes it so much easier than if you have a position that is more up the drum. So be careful with that. Play the ghost strokes really close to the drum and be sure to play these very quietly as well. The next awesome technique is to take these ghost strokes and play whichever strokes you want as Hyatt strokes instead of ghost strokes. And a really nice technique to do this is if you have your main position here with your right hand crossing the left hand, you can, instead of like many drummers do, play the Hyatt like this, you can just take the left hand and rotate it up the Hyatt like this. So choose and play around with different ghost strokes, and instead of playing like this, play it like that. And if you do this, you notice that the angle on the stick will be something like this, which will be a nice contrast to what the right hand plays. So the sounds will really be a contrast between each other and really spice up your groove by adding that flavor to it. right, I love this next one. It's very simple, but so effectful. That is simply to play the right hand while we play the backbeat with the left hand. We take the right hand and play it on whatever drum we choose. I will demonstrate this on the trash hat, so I will simply play the strokes, the backbeat strokes that we play at the same time as the left hand. I will play the right hand on the trash hat. And you can, of course, pick whatever drum or cymbal you want. The point here is that it will fatten up your groove and make it heavier sounding. You really put an emphasis on the backbeats, so they will stick out even more. This next one is definitely one of my favorite groove techniques to really spice up things ever. So we are going to choose one of these go strokes, and I recommend you go through all of them, by the way. But we are going to choose the first one in this groove, and we are, instead of playing it as a single stroke, we are playing it as a double stroke in 30-second notes. So we take each of these 16th note single stroke go strokes and turn them into 30-second note go strokes with doubles played on the left hand. So I will demonstrate this on the first go stroke, but be sure to play around with this idea a lot more. So it sounds like this. This next technique is awesome when you want a more airy sounding groove, and that is simply to play the Hyatt foot on 8 notes. I'm going to demonstrate this slowly by putting my right hand on the trash hat, so you clearly can hear what's going on with the left foot. Then when I play it a bit faster, I'm going to take my right hand and play it on the Hyatt, still playing 8 notes on the left foot. But this will create this airy feeling, and you can play around with how much tension you put on the left foot, so you can get different sounds out of this. And also the sound, of course, really depends on how much of the tip you're playing versus the shoulder on the Hyatt. So experiment with that, have fun. next idea is to take whichever ghost stroke available here and play them as accents on the snare drum. So this will create even more color to choose from when you're grooving, and it sounds awesome. So here it is, demonstrated slowly at first and then a bit faster. So be sure to practice these techniques on as many grooves as possible, and also be sure to mix and match these techniques with each other. It would be awesome if you let me know which of these techniques you like the most. I'm very curious about that one, so let me know. And nothing else here, just have a great day and I'll see you in the future.